Hi everyone, today's look is going to be summer inspired and I really want to do something bronzy, so you're going to see bronzer and more bronzer today. I'm going to start off with MAC's Painterly Paint Pot and just pop this on with my finger as a primer. Next I'm going to use this Indian Wood paint pot from MAC as well, and I'm going to use a brush for this to get the most out of this gorgeous pigment. It's so metallic and bronzy. So I'm just going to use a flat synthetic brush and I'm just pressing it all over the lid, stopping just before the crease, or kind of like just up to the crease area there. And then because this is double-ended, I'm going to flip it round and use this side of the brush just to really lightly blend the edge. These do set as well, so you're going to want to make sure you blend the edge before it sets. I'm going to be using the Naked palette today. This is a great classic bronzy eyeshadow palette, and the two colours I'm going to be using are Half Baked and Smog. Over the top of that paint pot, they're just going to look even more intense. So I'm starting off with the Half Baked Gold and just keeping this on the inner corner to keep that area nice and bright. I'm using these before my foundation as well, if you were wondering, just because the Urban Decay shadows fall out a lot, so just to save myself time I'm just going to do my foundation afterwards. So I've just put that on the inner corner and blended it slightly towards the centre of the lid and up here, and then I'm going to go in with the Smog and do the same thing but on the outer corner. And then with what's left on the brush I'm going to go back into Half Baked and sort of blend the two in the centre. So I'm going to use a really light hand and to just go over the two where they meet. I'm just using a clean base shadow brush to blend my edges. And then for some definition I'm going to use this dark brown eye and brow pencil from NYC. I just want a little bit of brown for definition, so you can just kind of push it between your lashes. Tickles a bit. Feels a bit weird, especially if you're not used to it. So once I've used some of that pencil, I'm going to use a smaller brush with some Smog on the tip and just go over mainly on the outer corner just to give it a bit more of a smoky effect. So I'm just going to wipe under my eyes to get rid of any fallout. So I'm going to be using my Healthy Mix foundation, and I use this in like every summer makeup look I do, it seems, but it just works. It's the perfect summer foundation if you want more of a glowy look. It will cover, but it looks really natural and has this really luminous look to the skin, so great for dry skin. And if you're oily like me, just make sure you're powdering it afterwards. I'm now going to go in with my Fit Me Concealer from Maybelline, and I'm just using the Real Technique setting brush to blend this in because it does it really smoothly and quickly. Great if you're in a rush. I am actually liking this concealer, except the colour. As you can see, it's way too dark for under my eyes. The formula is really nice. It is very, very similar to the Nars in terms of texture. It has that creamy, blendable feel to it and layers really well. It doesn't look cakey. I'm going to finish up under the eyes before finishing the rest of my face, and I'm using my Indian Wood paint pot and that same detailer brush. I'm just putting that under the lash line. I'm going to leave the eyes there for now. I just want them to be really simple, so I'm going to go in with my lash curlers from No. 7 and my Roller Lash mascara from Benefit. And then I'm going to go in with my powder. I'm just going to use my Last Imperfection powder. I'm just going to stick to my T-zone with this, as I am oily. If you're dry, you could skip powder altogether, although this foundation is quite luminous on its own, so it definitely shows through. This look needs loads of bronzer and a really pretty corally blush, so I'm going to go in with my Nars Laguna I'm going to use the same brush in the same 3 shape, but with this big brush it's obviously going to cover loads more surface area than a smaller brush would. So do keep it around the outside, but you can be a bit more liberal with it. Blusher I'm going to use is this corally orangey shade from this palette. I think I'm going to apply this like I normally would, kind of swirling it up the cheek. I'm going to use this Miami Pop blush from 17. This was limited edition a few years ago. I'm going to use my Real Techniques fan brush and just use this as a highlight. So just dab the brush in the compact and then really lightly brush this along the top of my cheek. I'm going to use my Revlon Creme Brûlée lip butter. This is a really nice nude. Let me know in the comments what the weather is like where you live, or if you're going anywhere hot and sunny on holiday or vacation this summer. I really hope you enjoy this look. If you do recreate it or feel inspired to do your own kind of bronzy look, do let me know on my social media accounts. They're always linked below and you can chat to me on there. So I will see you on my next video. Bye!